Basically, when you sit in the car, this is how the headrest feels. So you can see actually it is pretty much very long, and I realized that sometimes when I want to lie down, right, my head is like this. So only the top part of my head is supporting the headrest. And if I want to enjoy the full length of the headrest, I need to be like this, which it is actually not very comfortable for my neck. Yep. And then the thing is that you don't actually get to adjust the reclining angle of the headrest. So, yep, these are the little sacrifices that you have to face, perhaps. Yep, and some of you complain about the aircon knobs. Okay, makes a bit of sound, and as I noticed, the operation is not entirely smooth. When you change from one temperature to another, right, it is sort of like it is very stiff to operate, and this is the worst thing because, as you can see it, I need so much of effort to change between different modes, and be sure to, well, as you can see it, it's actually quite loose, and I hope that they improve the knob with the latest Iriz, or else I don't know how they're going to improve the sales, right? This is the old display already, because basically the new Iriz has a different meter design. So yeah, what do you think about this meter? To be honest, I think that it is not entirely ugly. So it is inspired by the FLX, it is inspired by the Persona as well. In fact, this meter is being carried over from the Persona VVT. And you have the signal stocks at the left side. Right. So the feel is not bad, to be honest. Not such a flimsy design. So over here, you get a small cup holder here. And I apologize for not having any bottles to show you the size. But over here in the standard variant, right, you don't actually get any USB ports. If you are sitting at the back, right, so please be prepared to buy a power bank to stand by first, right? But anyway, all these are cost-cutting measures. So a small space here. You wonder what I do with this space, right? So basically I put my keys. Okay, I can put one more. Yep. So the utilization of space is actually not bad, to be honest. Okay. There's so many things over here. Anyway, put it back to where it belongs. Okay, so just in case if you're wondering if Proton cut corners at any of these places. So at this part, you can see that it actually protrudes out compared to the middle section of the glove box. And over here as well, you can see that actually this part, it came out a bit, right? So yeah, it is not so even. You can see it. This part is a bit inside, and this part came out a little bit outwards. This part slightly textured, you can see that. And the quality, actually overall, the build quality is not bad, to be honest, right? Of course, it sounds a little bit loud. This part is hard plastics, but I don't see how terrible they are. In fact, I like the way that they do some color mixtures, because in the Persona, right, this part is actually white color and the top part of the dashboard is black color, and overall this part and the roof as well, it is actually white color. So basically this actually helps the car to feel less gloomy inside. But of course the places that you see normally are around this level and around this level as well, because when you want to take something, you basically bend down, right? So the moment when you look down at this part, right, it feels pretty much very gloomy, to be honest, right? Let me off the lights to see how it feels when you ride in this car at night. So you can see it. So basically my lights at the back are switched on, okay? So even the street lights are on as well. But the thing is that only the top part is being illuminated, and at this part where everything is black color, it just feels like you are being enclosed in a very dark world. So yeah, if you like to have a cheerful interior, then maybe you can consider buying the Persona. But in this car, everything is just so sporty, so dynamically designed. The buttons, well, the quality is not bad, to be honest. The switches are okay as well, nothing too bad. And even here, yep, this one feels a little bit loose, right? If they do these 4 buttons separately, then I think that the quality could be better, because when you put everything in one single switch, right? So basically you can feel that when you press this side, it actually sort of like sinks down, and then you may think that the quality is not that great. Yep, the tactile are alright. The tactile is alright. So this is the driver's side sunshade, and I noticed something whereby the holder over here, right, it makes a little bit of noise when I go through speed bumps. The quality of this car is not entirely perfect, as I showed you before. The glove box, it is not so evenly designed, okay? And for this part, okay, sorry, I should close off the light. And this one on the middle part, right? So this is how it feels when you fully illuminate these 3 lights. Okay, now, so I'm going to switch it to the door mode, and I'm going to see how long it takes to switch off the light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Why is it not off? What the hell? Does it detect? Okay, it's off. Right, so that took about maybe 30 seconds, I guess. Which I think that it is a little bit too long, because it barely feels warm. It does feel a bit warm over here. And yeah, I actually don't know that the duration is actually so long. The rear view mirror is not adjustable, but you can actually use the dimmer to prevent your eyes from being charcoaled from the high beam lights of a Proton IV. If you notice here, you get 2 blank switches. Because in this car, right, you cannot actually disable the parking sensors, because up front we don't have any parking sensors, which I will show in a separate video. Okay, so actually at one of these switches it says the P, and then it gives you the cone icon, right? And let's go through the aircon vents, right? So it is pretty alright, smooth enough. Except if you are not used to the aircon vents, right? So some people, when they push it, they may use some force because it is not entirely smooth. So yep, feels. I hope they make it a bit loose, maybe. This part as well. Yep, it is a little bit stiff to operate. The up and down is actually alright, to be honest. But the thing is that for Proton, right, I think that they should make it a good feature. I mean, like, they should give the aircon vents some muters, because basically sometimes when I don't want to blow the air conditioning, right, so I have to push this vent to the left myself, because I cannot basically mute the aircon vent. In the older Proton Viras, right, they actually provide you with a scroller over here to actually mute the air completely. But in this Iriz, right, 45,000 B segment hatchback, and they never provide these things. I mean, I am grateful that they provide me with ESC, they provide me with HPF steel, they provide me with a lot of good stuff as well. They give me Proton's ride and handling characteristics, but these small things, right, they can actually make a few differences to the interior. They have the potential to make the interior feel more classy, more luxurious. Yeah, but the thing is that it may not be a deal breaker, but it is a good thing to have the scroller to mute the aircon vent.